This cover of Time magazine has created a lot of conversation about attachment parenting. Breastfeeding moms nursing well past the age generally accepted.
We believe in gentle, child-led weaning, and so far that means that my 4-year-old still nurses.
These breastfeeding moms are on the extreme end of attachment parenting, but on the other end of the spectrum is a type of parenting some find just as extreme: free-range parenting. Lenore Skenazy is the author of Free Range Kids, a thought-provoking book.
Free Range Kids is just the basic idea that our children are safer and smarter than pop culture tells us they are, and therefore that they don't need to be hovered over quite as much. We don't have to do as much for them, and we can let them have a lot more freedom.
The anti-helicopter mom, Skenazy, lives in New York and is perhaps most well known for allowing her 9-year-old son to navigate the New York subway system alone.
People bought their houses so they'd be walking distance from school, and then they don't let their kids walk.
We thought it would be fun to invite several local moms to take part in our interview with Skenazy. We Skyped her in, mic'd up all of our moms, and had a conversation about why so many of us moms can't bring ourselves to let our kids play outside unsupervised as much as we did at their age.
Generally, parents say, I'd love to let them have the kind of childhood I did, but I just couldn't forgive myself if, and then they go into this terrible black hole of fear, and they start thinking about what a horrible thing it would be if their child was killed. More kids die as passengers in cars driven by their loving parents than die at the hands of strangers. So why do we go to that dark place only when we think about our kids on their own?
Isn't that because we have control? We're in control of the car, but we have no control when we've allowed them to walk by themselves to school.
Is it
like you totally lost control?
Do you think, Lenore, do you think it's a control thing for moms these days?
I do believe it's the illusion of control.
That was Joan. This is Abby. Her son is 7 and wants to play basketball in a nearby cul-de-sac, but Abby can't see him down there.
Even though we talked to him about what to do if a stranger were to come by, I don't know that he has the capability to actually follow through with what we tell him.
Do you look back and think that your mom was negligent not to physically walk you over and watch you?
No, I don't.
My husband would be way more like you, and he would be like, let him go. It's our neighborhood. This is, this is why we moved here. And I would have to get comfortable with that.
That's the point.
Skenazy blames the media and continuing coverage of rare abductions making international news.
So these stories colonize our minds, and they make us a lot more afraid than our parents were, but for really no more reason.
Heather considers herself a free-range parent, but sometimes fears backlash.
I have a newer fear that with the age of technology and all of that sort of stuff, that other moms who are not as free-range, come and try to, state that I am not a good parent because I am not being negligent.
And it's the pushing from the attachment parenting side that has Skenazy most outspoken.
Sometimes now libraries don't even let children under age 8, sometimes 10, sometimes 12, be there by themselves. It's crazy. That's one of the things that Free Range is really trying to fight back against, is the institutionalization of helicopter parenting.
When it comes to making laws that limit your own parenting style because you know your child is capable of sitting there and doing that, I feel that that's kind of unfair.
The favorite pastime of America these days is parenting. It's a spectator sport. One of the reasons I think we parents are going so crazy is because we feel like every decision we make, am I going to breastfeed? Am I not going to breastfeed? Am I going to use bottles? Am I going to use plastic ones or glass ones? Am I going to feed them an organic grape? Did I cut it into fourths? Did I make it to enough of the soccer practice so I look like I care? We feel like we're being judged every single second by some uber parent who knows all.
No matter where you are in the scale of parenting, everyone feels judged, even if you're in the middle. I mean, I think you can feel judged. But what I don't like about the whole, Time magazine article and, even this book so much is that I don't like the idea of pitting moms against moms.
Skenazy's point is, if one extreme exists, you need the other extreme pushing back, so all of us in the middle, where most parents aren't forced to move in one direction or the other. For more steps on how you can be more free-range if you're interested, and a link to Skenazy's blog, go to our website, kshb.com.